Hi everybody, it's Karen with Karen's Online Tutoring. I thought I'd come on here today because a lot of teachers are saying they're quitting either their brick and mortar jobs or they are deciding to jump into online teaching this summer because they saw the effects that it did have last summer. Well, I thought today that I would tell you about the top 10 tips that I give new or wannabe online tutors. You've probably heard about it from other teachers. You may have other teachers that you know who have done this before. And to be honest, I wish I had known some of these before I did jump into it. I jumped into online teaching in 17, the spring of 2017. And here is my number one. Number one, you may not get hired the first time you apply to a company. I have been rejected by companies before. Try different companies. Sometimes with some, I've heard of some companies that they'll try later and they get in. So don't give up. Don't get discouraged with that. Know that there may be some rejection whenever you do apply to some companies. Number two, no coach, no person can guarantee to get you hired with any company. If you have someone approach you and says, oh, if you buy my program or if you use my referral, I will get you hired. Unless they're on the hiring committee and they know you before that, I don't think that they can possibly guarantee that. And I've heard that before. Just let me know, I'll get you hired. But it doesn't always happen like that. So be prepared for that. Number three, you will have great students. I have some students that I have had for 3 to 4 years who are still with me, who I love and cherish and have seen them grown. Some of my boys, their voices are changing now, and I remember them from when they were very small, and it's wonderful to see their progress, so hang on to that too. Number four, you will have bad students. You will have some. And I even had one today where the child just looked at his mother who was behind the camera and didn't say a word the whole 30 minutes. I think I repeated every animal name under the sun and asked him to repeat it. Never got a cry, scream, anything. So you might have that. You may have some students who are rowdy in the class. Lots of times I will tell you this. Those students, we have to remember, every student has a different learning style. Every student has something different about them. And it is our job, whether we want to admit it or not as online teachers, it is our job to figure out what that learning style is and how to adapt our classroom so that we can better serve that child. Those parents are paying money. And lots of times with these online companies, they're paying a lot of money. And I would not want somebody to treat my child in any way less than I would treat someone else's child and teach them to the best of my ability. Number five, if you go through trial classes with Cambly, if you're with Cambly, Cambly is a company that I can tutor with them any time of day or night. And I have students from all around the world, and I love that. Yes, it doesn't pay a whole lot like some of the other companies. But I know if I put hours down, I'm going to get booked. Because I've been with them for so long. And it didn't take me that long, really, honestly, after getting on to have bookings, a lot of bookings. Another thing is, after a few months, I went ahead and jumped into Cambly Kids. And yes, it's with that one, you can't just go on like on Cambly. With adults, you can go on and just be visible and somebody can jump in and try your class. With kids, they can't do that. They will have a trial, but they will make a reservation with you first. So you need to know that too. Luckily, Cambly has really gotten very serious about the security and the safety of their tutors. And now what they do, you would have somebody come on and you might have someone that was doing something inappropriate or showing you something inappropriate or acting inappropriately. And you had the choice to ban them, but you still were exposed to that. Well, now what they do is they have where you don't have to they have a trial camera off, and you'll see that on your platform. So that's great, but that's all in another video. But just know sometimes you're going to get people that are just on there because they're curious or they want to be mischievous. Number 6, this is not an easy job. Whoever tells you, oh, it's great, you just sit down there, just follow the slides. If that's what they're doing, yeah, it's an easy job. But if you want to be a quality and great ESL teacher or math tutor or whatever tutor you are, you're going to need to put some hard work into it. And I get up early in the morning and I teach till late at night. But it does enable me to be at home. So people think I'm crazy sometimes. But this is what I've chosen for my work environment right now, for my 2 children, to be here for them. And I know that my schedule is lots of times filled and we have to fit in family time in between class times, but we're doing it and it's working. Now, number 7, this is a job, J-O-B, job. So we need to take it seriously. I think sometimes we get in here and we think we're working at home, and it is our own business in a way. We are a contract worker, but you are being hired by a company and they are relying on you and the children are relying on you. So take it serious. Even if some people complain about cancellation policies with some foreign ESL companies that, well, I get a penalty or they take away from my pay when I miss a class. You know, if you're a teacher, yes, they don't take away your pay because you're taking a sick day, but that child is counting on you and that parent's counting on you. And whenever I feel like, I don't know if I want to work on Friday or Saturday. I don't know if I want to work on Sunday. I work every day. I'll have to go ahead and tell you, I work every single day of the week. At any time that goes through my mind, I think about that child's face. And I try to think, if I purposely canceled just because I didn't feel like teaching that day, what's that child going to feel like? How valued are they going to feel because I just didn't feel like teaching that day? For me, that's the real thing. I'm teaching children and they're worth it. And I'm even adults. I have adults that I know who would be disappointed and that this is a highlight of their week and that they're striving to make a better life for themselves because they're trying to learn English, whether it be for a job or school or whatever it is. Number 8, expect the unexpected. You are going to have students when they pop on there, whether you prepared a lesson and maybe it's a new student that you don't know about. They may be a student that is above what the company has, whatever testing they do beforehand. They may be above the level that they were tested on. And that's no fault of the company or anybody. It's just, with standardized testing, there's a lot of fluctuation. So you may have a student that comes in and they were assessed at a level and they end up being above it. Well, you just have to, sometimes you need to have some lessons in your back pocket. And sometimes the student may be below level. And you don't need to say, well, I'm just not going to teach today because they're not on the level that I thought they were. That's not wise. So make sure that you try your best to have some backup lessons, have some backup strategies. You're going to have text issues. Sometimes on your part, sometimes on their part. Sometimes there's not going to be enough content in the lesson. I find that a lot with my higher level students. So what I do is I do a lot of where we do extra games. If I can find a video that has to do with whatever they're talking about, we may do that. I have websites that I'll pull up news articles with some of my higher level ones. Number 9. Make sure your family helps you keep a quiet space for your teaching. There's nothing worse than, I don't know, if you had a child, maybe if they were in school and they had to do online learning. Was there ever a time when you felt like your child had to battle the noise that was in someone else's home? You don't want that to be for a child. You want that child to be able to hear you clearly. There's no distractions. And I know that I've had, once or twice, it happens. Kids come in or something. We've kind of made it in where the student cannot tell, and I just hand a note and tell them, you can wait till after I'm done with class unless somebody's bleeding or dying. Even then, they know where the Band-Aids are for the bleeding parts, unless it's an emergency. Number 10, this can be one of the most exhausting but yet rewarding jobs you'll ever have. The thing that I consistently, I teach with Outschool, so I teach a lot of kids that are here in the States. But I have to remind myself that a lot of the kids that I do teach, they may be in a good space where they are because their parents can't afford to provide them classes. But a lot of them are wanting to learn English to further their education to make a better life. So remind yourself of that when you're teaching that you are making a difference in someone's life. And I think it's so awesome that we're able to make a difference in a child or an adult's life all over the world. So you're not just an influence inside your neighborhood, you're an influence all over the world. So if you have any questions, please message me. I would love to be able to help you. Also, we're all